at the final month of 2020. I'm pretty stoked to be here. It's been quite an interesting 2020, a very reflective year. We've been tested a lot when it comes to patience, perspectives, changing the people in our lives that we don't need in there anymore, or who might be pulling our energy in ways that aren't conducive to our future and our desires. I haven't really been focusing on love. It's really been about the personal self. At the end of 2019, I talked a lot about how 2020 was going to be a year of change. Oh boy, was it. And that's really what the whole year just focused on, was the self and how you could get yourself in a better position. As we move forward into 2021, I will be looking at love more. I am going to be looking at love today as well, but I also want to just do a final kind of reflection of really where we've come through the 2020 regarding, your passions, your calling, where you're going, what you can do to be more aware of the wisdom in those lessons that you learned and how you can apply them to 2020. I want to see what piece of advice there is for when you're discouraged, rather than going backwards and regressing towards how 2020 or 2019 was. What are you going to use from all of that towards 2021 to be more constructive, to get more of what you want, to get more of where you're closer to where you're going, where you want to go. And we're going to see what type of what you're going to be pursuing, okay, in 2021. As far as love, I am going to look at that as well. We're going to see kind of what for those of you finding and keeping love, that's really what we're looking at, right? I want to see what that love's going to look like. I want to take a look at what, will the attraction be instant? What will the person be like? And just some basic questions on what to expect, okay? So that's what we're going to focus on in this particular reading as we get into 2021. I'm very excited. We have had a very interesting couple retrogrades. The first one in 2020 was rough. That one was really, really tough for a lot of people, including myself. This one that we've had in the latter part of the year, in November, that one was a very helpful retrograde. I hope a lot of you felt that. It brought a lot of those reflection points forward and helped bring in some positive motivational energy from the heart, using those emotions a little bit, and also with that Scorpio energy, and with the Libra energy, we've got balance coming together that we can bring into 2021, okay? So let's take a look and see how things are looking for you, and if you have any questions, let me know. All right, guys, I have a couple sales going on, okay? My rates are still 50% off through the end of the year. If you are interested in a Reiki session, they're all on sale right now. Normally they are $40, and that's for half an hour or to clear whatever chakras are blocked, but I'm doing them for $25, okay? The assessment is free. It's down below. We can see what at least is blocked, so you have an idea. Just do it. It's free. You might as well. In addition to that, if you're looking to just kind of get a reset, if you're not feeling 100% just solid on where you're at, I do have a soul manifestation journal. I developed this myself when I was in that exact position. I did this so that it was a hands-on, interactive kind of guide to get the mind going, to get that soul connected, to get thoughts and ideas kind of flowing, and just to help you get back in that direction that you feel connected and solid and secure and confident with where you're going. Those are on sale. They're $15. That's it. They're normally $30, but I just want to be able to help as many people as possible. It allows me to keep printing them, so it's really not a lot of profit for me, but it's something huge for you, and I just want to be able to help and heal. That information's down below. You can go to Heal to Manifest. That's heal, the number 2, manifest.com, and get all that information. You can schedule and book appointments, get your assessment. Everything's there, or down in the description box below. Okay, guys? So enough said. Let's take a look at how your life and love is going, all right? Hello, Pisces. All right, let's get started on the adventure calling side of things first, and then we'll get into love, okay? I want to look and see, what's kind of calling out to you. What areas or what things, visions, adventures, whatever, what's calling out to get your attention here. Okay, Page of Swords in reverse and the Star card. So there's been some communication conflict, or kind of being on the same page with somebody type of conflict that has kind of led to some discouragement, I guess, if you will, in knowing which direction, or having faith and inspiration on, how something was going to go. And you haven't had a whole lot of clarity with some of the bigger pictures. That is what is getting ready, I feel like, to shift. The Star card has to do with something that's been going on in your life that hasn't had much clarity, okay? And with the, if this is work, I feel like you're getting knowledge of what's going to be coming your way, so that you can make some decisions here. If you've been in like a job or something that just hasn't been something that you've been happy with, I see that those things are getting ready to kind of come to light, and there's going to be some shifts to bring that, to the table, and so that some justice can be delivered. If this is a relationship, I feel like there's been, some areas that just haven't been 100%, and those things are kind of coming to ahead so that you can be on the same page with each other. If one of you's not been ready for the relationship and the other one has, that's kind of coming to an end, and everybody's kind of getting on the same page. If you haven't been in a relationship and it's just been kind of, off and on with certain individuals, you've just kind of been going back and forth with no one person in particular, but just kind of, expanding on your choices, evaluating your options, then I feel like you're going to have a person that you're going to choose, or someone that you really feel like is the person for you. So I feel like uncertainty, in other words, is coming to a position of clarity. Okay. So what is changing? Not knowing where this was going to go. Feeling almost intolerant or frustrated because you didn't have any, those answers. You've just been waiting and waiting and waiting for some of those answers. And that cycle is getting ready to end so that you have a new cycle beginning. And what is that going to bring? Understanding, right? It's going to bring you an understanding of what will go, what's going to move forward and what will not. So right, wrong, or otherwise, whether you like it or not, whether you're cool with the results, the point is you're going to have answers. Okay, you're going to have answers. Now, how is this going to make you feel? So I get the impression like you're going to just kind of ride with the changes as they progress, because that's kind of been the name of the game, right? You're going to be open about where this is going. And you're going to be patient while whoever this is you're dealing with, or whatever the situation is that you're waiting on, while they finish up and allow these energies just to kind of, balance out. Then I see this coming to a position of reconciliation, or being on the same page with one another. Okay? So it looks like there's a lot of things kind of being dealt with, whether it's emotions or last minute details, or things that just needed to take place before you could get to that next phase. You are gaining wisdom to help you. And I feel like this is just kind of for the future, so that you are able to reference these experiences for future situations that you're going to be going through. So if this is love, then you're getting to know each other on some levels that are going to be helpful down the line, so that you're not stepping on each other's toes, so that you know each other's functions, and so that you know how each other tick. You can jive better in that aspect of being compatible. Okay, so again, that higher learning, where you're going, where your mind's going with everything, You're thinking about things from a very successful perspective. You want long-term success. That's where things are going. You're setting milestones. You know, as you approach kind of the new year, you are in a much better mentality because these things are taking place. What can you do to bring that motivation back if you are feeling like things aren't going exactly the way that you want them to? Well, reminding yourself that you have to just, oh my gosh, you have to surrender to whatever the situation is to understand why it's happening. So even if it's something that you don't understand or that you don't like, just remember that it all happens for a reason and let it pan out so that you can kind of flow with the changes as they take place, okay? Now, as far as, focusing directly on love here, what is the future of this love going to look like? Four of Cups in reverse and the Death card in reverse. So, I feel like there's still going to be some things going on that, as you kind of come to the new year, that are still kind of fine-tuning and working themselves out. Maybe they're just obligations. Maybe there's just things that you can't really change, about certain situation or the person you're dealing with, and you just kind of have to ride with it. That's probably why you're going through what you've been going through, that so that you can do that even better, because you're going to be kind of right smack in it, trying to get through those situations, and you're going to need some direct reflection or resources to reflect on to be able to help through some of that. So keep that in mind. Not a bad thing, but it's definitely something that you need to be aware of. The King of Cups and the Three of Cups. So this person that you have on your mind, there might be some emotions going on, but I do feel like they are coming from a very honest place. I feel like they are coming from a desire of taking things to the next level, of marriage and commitment and all of those things, honest intentions. However, I feel like there's not as much happening to prove that. There might be a lot of talk, but there's not a lot of actions with that. And I feel like you so this is basically saying, even if there's not a whole lot going on to show how they're feeling, trust what they're saying to you is true and coming from their heart, okay? Because there might be some times when you really want some action, but it's not taking place, but that doesn't mean they don't think or love you any less. It's just what's going on in their life. What will help in these situations? Knowing that it's all going to go to that next level, and you are going to have that full commitment. I do see marriage. I do see long-term success, long-term commitment, setting those milestones. It's happening. Just remind yourself that even through the tough stuff, love and compassion all the way, okay? All right. Now, if you want to look at your personal situation, let me know. Otherwise, this is a general reading, guys, so take what fits and leave the rest. And I hope you have a fantastic new year. Good luck with everything. Much love.